I'm really outgoing and I have a really like flamboyant, charismatic personality. But on the inside, it's always like, am I doing this right? Oh my gosh, will I actually do this? A battle inside. And for most of my 20s, I have been faking until I make it. And as I'm getting older, that's not working anymore. Faking it until I make it is not working anymore. I don't want to live in this way. I want to be able to have confidence that I can really come back to, or I want to have the skills that it takes to create new confidence. As you get older, there's so many things that are vying for your attention: work, relationships, just you trying to stay afloat. And I just can't fake things anymore. Faking takes a different type of energy. It just takes so much more energy, and I just don't want to fake my confidence. There are times where I truly was confident in things, but I realized a lot of the time I was just trying to get through, and I realized I had more doubt than confidence. I had more self-doubt than self-confidence. In the last, I want to say 6 months or so, I really have been studying this, really have been internalizing it, praying about it, and learning about it. Confidence, and I will put the definition, but I'm going to paraphrase it. It's really trusting in our abilities, qualities and abilities, or the self-trust, right? Trusting in my abilities, my qualities, my talents, like to be able to X, Y, and Z. And whether that is get something done, get a job, get in a relationship. For example, I trust that if I apply for this job, I trust in the fact that I have X, Y, and Z skills. So I trust that if I apply, I have a high chance of getting a job. That's confident. The first step in always being confident is to know who you are truly. I mean, like, you have to see it. You have to really see who you are. No BS, no self-pity, no false humility, no false pride. Like, you really have to lay the cards down. And I think a lot of us, what we do is we've been seeing ourselves through other people's eyes, through our own eyes that just doesn't make any sense, through the eyes of our distorted self-hatred, through the eyes of self-doubt. We have been seeing ourselves through so many different lenses, except for what it really is. What is the true lens that we see ourselves? Being a Christian, I know that I can always go back to the Word of God. That is going to provide me with truth. I am a daughter, right? I am a child of God. Truth that I am fearfully and wonderfully made by the Creator, right? My identity is because of the Creator. I am the image of God. And then internalizing and saying, what does that actually mean? That means my worth is set. That means that no matter what I do, no matter what I say, no matter the bad, the wrong, the ugly things that I do, have done, will do, it won't change. Nothing will shift the worth that I have. So me knowing that, fully seeing that, and fully internalizing that and believing in that, that is the first step. You have to see who you are. If you're not a Christian, my favorite way to do this, the best way to do this, and I've done this over and over again, is to really go back to when you were a child, to really go back to that person and seeing that innocent person. And a lot of us went through so much crap as children, and I'm not saying that our childhood was all bliss, but as a child, there's the innocence that is pure, and that reflects really just the purest forms of who we are. And I always see things in myself now that I've always had as a child, whether it's just the way I see people, the way I love people. I've always had that. My family always tells the story of how when I was little, literally maybe like three years old, we lived on a hill, and people would pass by. So we lived on a hill, and the road down the hill, and I would just like talk to strangers all the time, invite them to dinner, invite them to come hang out with us, just like always so open, can just walk up to a stranger and just like be me. And I've always been like that. I still do that all the time. I still like go up to a stranger and just ask them questions. If I want something, or if I see something that they have that I'm like, that's really cool, go up to them and ask them. That's always been who I am. I've always been a people person. I've always been like loving to connect with people, loving to learn about people. That is the first step in building confidence. You have to be able to see who you are truly. You have to be able to see who you were created to be. Again, as a Christian, the Word of God is literally our firm foundation. Go to the Word of God, read the Word of God. If you don't know anything about God, you don't know anything about the Word of God, let me know in the comments. If you want me to do videos about reading the Bible, really taking and internalizing what the Word of God says about us, let me know in the comments, because I would love to make those videos, and those videos are coming, but I just want to know if you need that. The next step now that you've seen who you are, let's look at our abilities, evidence of who you are. For me, the example of me as a child and talking to people, That is something that I've always been. That's one of the purest forms of who I am, of who God created me to be. So now I can see that, where has that gotten me? The person that you truly are will always add to your life, will always bring abundance to your life. The person that God created, the purest form of you that God created, will always bring abundance to you, right? Your personalities, your traits, all those things will always add to your life. And for me, I can say that my personality, my extrovertedness, my outgoingness, whatever you want to call it, has led me to the most enriching relationships of my life, the most enriching opportunities of my life. It has brought me new skills. It brought me just the craziest things. I've done so many cool things because of that personality, because of that little girl in there that God created, that beautiful woman now that has blossomed because of that. God has brought me like just those opportunities. I can look into that. I can say, that is me. I can see myself and appreciate that. So now that you've seen yourself, you're starting to see how that self, that pure self, adds to your life. You can start appreciating that. And when I tell you, even now, like you can see my face, I light up when I appreciate that. That's confidence. That is confidence. And what does that do for me? It leads me to pursue more opportunities like that. So that leads me to wanting to grow more in my speaking and wanting to grow more in content. Like it leads me to pursue things that align with that person. And when I pursue those things that align with my person, I am more confident. Appreciating yourself is like when you appreciate a house, like when people come and inspect and appreciate and say, this is the value of the house, they have to go through and look at it and see the things to appreciate, right? They have to see, oh, great foundation, this and this and that. They added this to it. They did this, the work, right? That's how they, like, at least that's my very simple explanation of what appreciating a house is, or appreciating whatever. Take inventory of who we are in order to build confidence. We start to appreciate, you look through your personality, look through your skills, you see yourself, you find the evidence, and then you see, holy crap, there's a lot of value here. A lot of us are not confident because we don't see the value that we have. So now we're seeing our value. Now you have to put that value to work. You are aware of it. You appreciate it. Now you got to take action. First, you start trying new things. The biggest confidence boost is trying new things, taking action in new areas, especially the areas that you've said, I could never do that. I could never do that. No, that's not for me. Why is it not for you? Like, you've done X, Y, and Z, why not this? There are things that we've always told ourselves, I can't do that. It could be as simple as braiding your hair. Like, that was mine. I was like, braiding, I don't know how to do it. I could never do that. I'll just give someone my money, which I do. I think I'll put the video here. I tried to braid my own hair. It took me, and I'm so embarrassed to say that, 18 hours to do that. I didn't know what I was doing. And also I decided to do like 72 inches, which was insane. But afterward, it didn't look too bad. The back was doing something else, but the front was hitting. The front was hitting. I told myself one day, I was like, I've learned so many things. I have spoken in front of 300 plus people. I drove across the country, left my whole entire family, came to start a new life with my new husband here, and we are thriving. I have done hard things. I've been a refugee. I have gone through so many things in my life. I have done so much, and I'm so resilient, and I can braid hair. So you see that I just sat there appreciating, seeing the value of who I am. And I'm like, I can try this thing. It's what confidence is. Those are the steps to confidence. You become aware of who you really, truly are. Start appreciating that person. It's not false appreciation. You're not faking. We're not faking this. You take action through that confidence, through seeing your new value as a person. That's how you're going to build confidence over and over and over again. This is how you change your mindset. Now we're seeing things in a new life. We're having new thoughts about ourselves. We're seeing, holy crap, I've done that. You're seeing yourself differently. And then you're going to start having different thoughts. You're going to take different actions in your life. This is how you're going to create confidence over and over and over again. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Go ahead and like this video if you like any of this. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next one, my friend. Bye.